Today in LA this week, are you as fit as Mitch O'Farrell? The council member runs fifth graders through the paces at his 5th annual fitness challenge. That's coming up.
I'm Anna Marcos. The LA84 Foundation has 2 new gifts to add to its collection: 2 Olympic torches from the PyeongChang 2018 Olympic and Paralympic Games. More on that coming up.
In appreciation of their tireless service to the community, city officials take a moment to honor the best and the bravest of the LAFD at the Medal of Valor Awards. Hey everyone, I'm Umaima Rashid. Happy Thanksgiving. Here's what's happening in LA this week. The LA Chargers came out in full force to support hundreds of veterans at a Thanksgiving event held at Bob Hope Patriotic Hall. Anna Marcos takes us there.
A war veteran salutes the color guard, even as this event salutes him and other vets like him.
Hey man, we love you, we appreciate you, we love everything that our veterans do.
The Veterans Advocacy Group of America is throwing its 2nd annual Thanksgiving Appreciation Dinner for those who have fought for and protected our country.
If you look at the veterans population, the #1 homeless, the #1 unemployed, I think these guys and myself, we wrote a blank check for our country, so we should do whatever we can to help our veterans live a better life.
The LA Chargers team and some of its players don't just do a meet and greet here, they take all the selfies any vet sports fan could ever want. And they even get on the serving line at the buffet to hand out turkey with all the fixins. But some, obviously, just can't wait another minute to dig in.
Veterans do so much for our country, protecting our freedom. You look at what they put on the line and their sacrifices and those who've paid the ultimate sacrifice. I think everyone in this country owes our veterans.
We feel that nobody should be hungry, and during holiday times, we feel it's so important that we show our veterans how we appreciate their service.
About 300 vets of all ages and genders and walks of life are taking part in the free turkey feast with their families.
Veterans Advocacy Group of America has been supporting military service members since 2010. For more info, check them out at www.vaga.us. Councilmember Mitch O'Farrell joined local leaders and fellow Angelenos last Saturday as the bronze statue of Christopher Columbus was removed from Grand Park after years of advocacy.
We are removing the Columbus statue here at Grand Park. There's a lot of history and a lot of deep feelings behind this. But in Native America, symbolism is important. When we can remove these harmful symbols of a very violent past and then restoring some social, restorative justice, I would call it, and then setting the foundation for psychological health and well-being of Native American people, then the healing can continue.
I'm here today to celebrate this horrific statue that is coming down. It's really a sign of oppression, and it always has been. And it really took the world and society really to catch up to the times. It stands for hundreds of years of oppression of the indigenous people of these lands.
We have been protesting the statue for I don't know how many years. Nobody even knew it was here. I found it by accident and said, why is this here? American Indian Movement and La Raza Unida actually had a protest here not long ago, and we said this has to come down. It's an insult to Native indigenous people.
The accomplishments that we have been able to celebrate recently have come about because of decades of effort and advocacy. We replaced Columbus Day on the city's administrative code, and that's what happens when the first Native American ends up on the Los Angeles City Council, that on this day, the statue, the symbol of atrocity and oppression and subjugation, also falls.
The removal comes as Los Angeles became the largest city in the U.S. to replace Columbus Day with Indigenous Peoples Day as an official holiday. The recent fires in SoCal have had a devastating effect on Angelenos and their pets. We check in with LA's Animal Services about how you can help foster and adopt during this critical time.
Fire stopped at like 8 acres, multiple.
Humans weren't the only refugees from the recent fires in LA and Ventura counties. Animals and livestock were often left behind to fend for themselves.
These animals were startled. This is such a scary situation, seeing fires, seeing ranches go up in flames.
That's when the City of LA's Animal Services jumped in to help LA County evacuate many of the stranded animals.
We took our animal control officers with horse trailers, and we took our volunteer horse trailer team.
LA Animal Services has relocated dozens of animals stranded by the fires, and it's taken in another 76 of them, including 2 horses, 16 chickens, and lots of dogs, cats, and some goats.
So fostering helps us so much. With all of the incoming pets that are coming in, it means that we need to find space to keep them.
Yep, you as a regular citizen can help the fire refugees by fostering or adopting a pet at the shelter. And no, you won't get any of the stranded animals. They still belong to someone. But your adoption or foster of any shelter animal will help make a difference.
I want to foster either a cat or a dog because under the circumstances, I think we need to pull some of the animals out of the shelter to allow other animals from the fire to come in. So I wanted to come down and see if I could help. I think it's emotional all over, but it really pulls your heart.
Many of the evacuated animals have already been reclaimed by their owners. As we were doing this story, a horse and 2 goats got the okay to head back home.
For the latest info on how you can help, visit LAAnimalservices.com. Councilwoman Nury Martinez and the LAPD marked the 3rd anniversary of a task force that helps eliminate human trafficking in the Valley with staggering statistics.
I grew up in this area, and ever since I was a little girl, I've always known that the problem of sex trafficking along Sepulveda Boulevard and Lancashire existed. About 3 years ago, our Operations Valley Bureau started operating a dedicated human trafficking task force along 2 of the main tracks, on Sepulveda Boulevard and Lancashire. Before we started this task force, on these streets, on this very corner, there were women lined up and down this street selling themselves for sex.
The Sepulveda corridor is one of the corridors that goes through the entire city of Los Angeles, from the San Fernando Valley all the way through. So that's where it got its start years and years and years ago. And over tradition and over time, it just stayed there.
Over the past years, we've also changed our approach to targeting who perpetuates this problem, which are the pimps and the johns. Since October of 2015, the Valley Task Force has made 1,717 arrests. Those arrests have primarily been johns, the men who buy women and girls and toss them to the side. The task force has also impounded 101 vehicles belonging to johns. But the task force has also arrested 100 men for human trafficking, pimping, pandering, and a host of other offenses. To anyone who is listening or thinking of coming into any of these neighborhoods to buy or sell a woman or girl, you will be caught, you will be arrested, and you will go to jail. And let me repeat that. You will be caught, and you will be arrested, and you will go to jail. You are not welcome here or anywhere else in our city.
Councilwoman Martinez also noted that the operation has become a model for other cities and agencies, including a task force now at work in South LA. Councilmember Krekorian announced details of his 2018 holiday food and toy drive on Tuesday, including a kickoff event to be held on November 29th.
Every year, I'm inspired by the generosity of my constituents. We organize a food and toy drive for some of the neediest families in the East San Fernando Valley every year, and we're always overwhelmed by people's generosity and giving at this holiday season. So this year, on November 29th, we're going to be conducting the drive once again at the First Christian Church in Studio City. It's right at the corner of Moore Park and Colfax. And people can stop by to drop off canned foods or non-perishable food items, as well as unwrapped new toys, which we will then go ahead and distribute through the North Hollywood Interfaith Food Pantry and through other charitable venues to some of the people who are really most in need in our community. It's a great way to start off the holiday season by brightening up someone else's holiday season.
Councilmember Krekorian will be on hand to share coffee and pastries with people that donate one or more items to the drive. The Los Angeles Fire Department and Mayor Eric Garcetti joined together to recognize the incredible bravery of our Angelino firefighters and paramedics. We take you to LA's Valor Awards.
While others were running away from the bullets hailing down on us, Michael ran into the hailstorm to help others. Engineer Hayes remained at the scene of the incident throughout the night and into the early morning hours, rendering aid to those in need.
We're here at the annual Valor Awards for the Los Angeles Fire Department, and they're very, very important. The amazing stories that you hear our firefighters and paramedics do, I want the public to know these amazing acts of courage. And then within the department, it's important that we recognize the heroics that these members performed.
I believe this is now the most innovative department in the country, if not the world. One that is looking to reflect our city, respond to our city, apply technology, apply a big heart as well as an incredible head to the problem solving that you're faced with every single day.
And the amazing thing is most of the firefighters in here, if not all of them, would say, hey, I don't need an award. I was just doing my job.
We reach for things we may not see. A department that will be even better than we imagined because we stretch for that.
The family members of our firefighters and paramedics, they can share in that pride. And then the co-workers, their fellow firefighters and paramedics, everybody's so proud of what they've accomplished, including myself.
Congratulations to our honorees. Thank you for being angels in this great city of angels. Thank you.
7 LAFD members were honored for their off-duty efforts at the Route 91 Harvest Musical Festival shooting in Las Vegas. Thank you again to all the honorees for your service. Check this out. There's a new way for kids to get exercise while also getting to know 29 different SoCal parks. It's called Agents of Discovery, and we got to see it in action.
Swipe to catch them. Games and digital devices are big for kids in the so-called Generation Z. So how about getting them plugged into the great outdoors through their digital devices?
It's an amazing tool to make learning exciting.
This is all about using augmented reality technology and gaming to get kids excited about getting out and exploring the wonderful, beautiful city of Los Angeles.
On this day, 15 school kids have become the first agents of discovery at City Hall as they help launch a new phase of the SoCal Explorer 2.0 campaign, a learning game played on their smartphones through a mobile app that teaches them about ecosystems, culture, history, and even how city government works.
So now these are the challenges. This is a map of this floor of City Hall. You know that Los Angeles City Hall is used for movie and television shoots. Which movie or television show was filmed in City Hall? We've done one of the challenges.
It was fun. And then afterward you get rewarded with this badge. So it was a pretty fun game too. You got to explore City Hall.
So far, 11 partners, including LA City and County in various parks and nature areas, are taking part through the app. The young explorers carry out missions or games by solving challenges and questions about each place they visit. And yes, badges and prizes are among the perks, as is learning a lot of new stuff.
For example, the park in my district, in Reseda Park, there's a character there that you can follow around that teaches you about water conservation. And it uses some of the actual features of that park to go find this feature or that feature.
The hope is that gamifying the environment just might turn LA kids into more knowledgeable citizens and better friends of both Mother Earth and city government.
The Agents of Discovery mobile app is free. Download it at Google Play or the iTunes App Store. Councilmember Mitch recently held his 5th annual fitness challenge for local kids, where yoga, gymnastics, and jogging were all part of the day's exercises.
This is my 5th annual fitness challenge, And what we do every year is we bring 5th graders from several different schools in the 13th Council District, and we take them through physical exercises and different courses. One is yoga. There's an obstacle course by the Recreation and Parks Department. There's a gymnastics course by the Club Gymnastics, and there's a jogging course. And then at the end, we award medals, and our special guest is Olympian and 4-time gold medalist Lenny Krayzelberg.
I'm a great believer of healthy body is healthy mind. And when you have a healthy mind, you're productive in so many areas of life. And you know, you're more balanced, you're emotionally more controlled, you're more productive in any walk of life.
So it's a day of celebrating health and fitness, and like I said, this is our 5th annual.
Did you catch that backflip from the council member? Bravo! Kids in LA got a special treat as the playground at Hoover Rec Center got some nice upgrades, thanks to USC and LA's Department of Recreation and Parks.
Well, the playground's especially important because the playground is the very first attraction that most families come to get out into the open space. It's probably one of the first places that kids learn to walk and crawl and climb and be physically active. It's what draws families into the park. So an attractive new playground has a lot to do with the health and vitality of every park in the city. Gratitude goes out to the University of Southern California who funded this new playground. It's at Hoover Park. We're in the shadow of USC here at Hoover Recreation Center, and it's just an example of the university investing back into their local community and giving back into the park system. So we're really grateful.
Who doesn't love some pets with pizzazz? The annual Strut Your Mutt made it to LA, where pets get dressed up to raise money for a good cause.
This is Best Friends Animal Society's Strut Your Mutt. It's an annual dog walk and fundraiser.
I'm here to support stray animals, owner surrenders, shelter dogs. Many dogs are being killed every single day, you know, and it needs to stop.
What's really cool about it is that it brings in a bunch of different rescue groups from Los Angeles, and everyone can go online and create a team or an individual page and raise funds for their favorite rescues.
She's up for adoption. Hopefully she'll find a new family. I think people think that shelter dogs are damaged dogs, and they're not. You can get the best dogs at the shelters. I mean, they're so grateful for being saved.
Strut Your Mutt is a lot of fun for dogs and their owners because it's basically a day for the dogs. You can do some dog agility, there's dog yoga, there's costume contests, and then of course for the people, if you want to shop, there's a lot of really cool outfits for you and your dogs, just all sorts of fun.
There's so many blessings that come with having a pet. You know, it gives you a greater sense of responsibility outside of yourself. And the love that they give you is so unconditional that it's intangible. Sometimes it's words can't describe.
We all love dogs. Sometimes humans can't be so nice.
You can find out more about the Best Friends Animal Society at bestfriends.org. The 4th annual Paella Festival at Pershing Square was a big hit with local foodies. The festival outdid themselves with a single paella dish large enough to feed 3,000 hungry attendees. Take a look.
up an amazing party with more than 40 chefs cooking paella, more than 30,000 paella plates. And also the flamenco dancing is amazing. And 5 local bands enjoying a really good Spanish party.
So here I'm competing in the festival of Paella Wine Fest, the Valencia Paella, so the winner gets to go to Spain for the World Championship. I just came back from the World Championship in September 2018, so I'm looking to qualify again for 2019. Paella started off as a peasant's dish done with rice and vegetables because those were the primary ingredients over there in Valencia. The thing about the paella is people forget that the protagonist of the paella is the rice. So you get the flavor of the rice from the ingredients, the chicken, the rabbit, the green beans, you have the tomatoes.
We're very happy to be here. Looking forward to coming next year and more years to come. The city of LA is doing a great job bringing all these people to Los Angeles to bring out the culture, the food, and the wine, and it's something amazing.
LA is Latino, and we feel that they can identify with this cultural and culinary event. Everybody loves paella.
Local heroes are honored at City Council for Veterans Day. Curran Price leads a community safety event, and Rancho Cienega Park gets a new look. We've got you covered with CityBeat. The Los Angeles City Council showed its appreciation for members of our armed forces on this Veterans Day. Each City Council district recognizes a Veteran of the Year, Angelinos who went away to serve in our military, then returned and continued to be of service in their local communities. The Veteran of the Year ceremony, an ongoing tradition for the past several years, is designed to show LA's youth that there is appreciation and value in making personal sacrifices for the greater good.
They need to know that we respect and appreciate those who serve our community.
Councilmember Curran Price recently attended a community meeting in South Park. The council member is interested in bringing community safety patrol and other beneficial programs to the area. The LAPD is already providing local community youth services. The Community Safety Patrol, also known as CSP, is designed to build a street-level network between all local citizens and neighborhood police. The aim is to make residents and police more comfortable working together and weave a fabric of acceptance and understanding that will continue to make the neighborhood safer and more pleasant for everyone. City officials in the Department of Recreation and Parks recently broke ground on a series of major upgrades in Rancho Cienega Park. $40 million is being invested to bring a world-class gymnasium and indoor swimming pool to local residents who enjoy the park. One important fact, with the roof full of its own solar panels, the gym is classified as a net zero building, which means it uses no power from the city's electric grid. The park grounds are also being sustainably engineered to collect stormwater runoff for other uses.
These new facilities are going to be exceptional, and we're really looking forward to the day we open this project.
Are you excited for the 2028 Olympics coming to Los Angeles? I am. Los Angeles got a little taste of the games when we were honored to receive 2 Olympic torches from PyeongChang. Check it out.
You are about to witness the passing of the Olympic torch, one that has already seen Olympic glory. Members of the 2018 PyeongChang Paralympic sled hockey team from the Republic of Korea visited the LA84 Foundation, which helps train young future athletes. The team donated not 1 but 2 Olympic torches from the recent games, an Olympic and a Paralympic torch.
A nice morning to start out and celebrate sport and youth and fun and bridging 2 communities.
That is exactly what happens on this planet at every Olympic and Paralympic Games. You guys bring the world together.
The team, by the way, was a bronze medalist in the Paralympic Games. For many here, the Republic of Korea's gesture holds special meaning, since LA will also hold both the Olympic and Paralympic Games here in 2028.
The PyeongChang Olympics successfully realized the value of the Olympics, including the participation of North Korean delegation and the Inter-Korean women's ice hockey team.
Whether you're able-bodied or whether or not you have limitations of what your body can do, it's still the same thing. It's a brightness of the spirit to watch athletes go compete.
brings the world together in ways that even the United Nations could never achieve. And that was represented even in these past Olympic Games when North and South Korea hockey players skated together on the ice for the first time. Really touching moments.
The LA84 Foundation doesn't just help promote the Olympics. It's part museum, part learning center, and it has one of the largest collections of Olympic torches, 55 of them, including the 1994 Lillehammer torch, one of the largest torches ever.
So having an opportunity to see a torch up close and maybe even hold it is kind of a magical moment.
That's going to do it for this edition. I'm Umaima Rashid. From all of us here at LA This Week, thanks for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org. And check out our newest social media videos, LA This Minute. We'll see you back here next week for more of LA This Week.